Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're through. Happy magic moon message. Welcome. I sent it like it's a holiday, and it might as well be. The moon has entered Virgo. Yes, that is why my eyes look like that. I'm not gonna say anything else. Yes, that's why I look like. That's why I look like this. Anyway, the moon is in Virgo. The sun is in Leo. All right. This is this is going to be a very magical 48 hours. Forget the Mercury retrograde terror that will just kind of show you how quickly numbers can drop and rise and drop, but don't focus on that. All right. Focus on this understanding and realization of disillusionment. This is getting ready to bring in the opposition to Saturn and Pisces. And everything that I've been maintaining with this transit, Saturn and Pisces is the end of the world, all right, as we know it. It represents the world with Saturn and Pisces, the end of the zodiac. So this cycle will represent the end of certain themes given through those 30, 60, and 120 years. And once we go through Virgo season oppositions, we're now starting to see this reflected in society. And what have I always said that Virgo represents? If Capricorn is the economy, the economic system, and Taurus is the value and the assets, Virgo is the market. The market. All right. So I think you guys are seeing a sneak peek of what this opposition to Saturn in Virgo season is going to look like. However, without making this like a financial report, put a footnote in what people are talking about today and what people are processing about the current events today, and then revisit it once Mercury goes direct past this period. You might want to see how the narrative goes a certain place and then returns to this point. But maybe people are looking at it even worse than it is, or they're thinking it's reversed. So we're going to analyze and see if this kind of plays out like this. I'm not going to say that's exactly how it's going to happen. I think it's a variable response, but just something to keep in mind. This could be a very great discount period, which is so Virgo. So this Mercury retrograde period, coming into the end of August, with Mercury that will square Uranus and Taurus, could be this fantastic discount period where we do see, whether planned or not, I wouldn't say a crash, but a drastic lowering of stocks, bonds, cryptos, and when it goes direct, we might see it begin to rise and segment new averages. Now, I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. I kind of hope that's what's gonna happen because I buy a lot on discount. But it could even really just be a crash. This could be like a great crash. I think Nostradamus predicted that there'd be a crash, and I have to think about the fact that I just used Nostradamus as a reference for a prediction. But other than that, these are hypotheses I want to put out there to see if this is what Mercury is going to look like. And I want you to comment down below what you think this might be. Do you think Mercury retrograding is going to be the market going down and it goes direct and then it goes up and past? Or is this preparing everyone for like a huge recession and a deeper crash? South Node Libra, of course, people are going to make it political and say it's this person's fault and it's that person's fault. But please don't get caught up by distractions. A lot of how people are looking and thinking at things now is not going to be the way it will be like in a month from now. So I wouldn't necessarily make any long-lasting decisions based on seeing a fluctuation kind of happen, whether it stays up, whether it goes down, and all of that really applies to your relationship dynamics with other people, your situations, maybe personal career, money in your life as well. Regardless, this moon in Virgo is a very supernatural, magical understanding, an analytical and detailed understanding of what quality you're manifesting. Okay, you activated with the new moon in Leo, brand new quality. Okay, brand new passion, brand new talents. So, over the next 48 hours, you're coming into an analytical understanding of how it is you actually bring this talent into reality through your physical senses. So, let's say that the talent you activated was the ability to snap your fingers. And when you snap your fingers, anything you want appears in your hands. Anything. Okay. And relative to that, the moon in Virgo is going to help you understand the mechanics, physical and metaphysical, that allow you to actually experience this talent. Let's say the new moon in Leo, you just snapped your fingers and it happened. Well, now the moon in Virgo is going to now, through repetition, that's Virgo's the magic of repetition. You're going to start analyzing it. Wow, when I snap my fingers really hard, it manifests a lot more powerfully versus when I just lightly snap it, right? Or when I snap my fingers and say a name, waffles, I manifest waffles. Or if I think about it, you know, double D titties. Oh, okay. Right? Now, the whole ethics of it, like, should I do that? That's going to be moon in Libra. That's going to be like the justice aspect. Moon in Capricorn, moon in Libra is going to really activate and integrate whether you're like some deviant with these talents or whether you're a hero. All right? Like, that's what Leo and Libra represent. So cool. This is really just more how it is. You make it happen. And you're coming into detailed analysis. You're being guided through this process through, by this point, actually just activating it. We're still in the activation range. And that's why going over Venus and going over Mercury is putting this subconscious understanding to tie this analytical understanding to your heart. That's polishing how much more beautifully, how much more finesse and skilled you can now, analyze this information, produce this. And Mercury reevaluating how it is you process the details around what it is you're manifesting and what it is you're activating, but more so how it is. Then we also have to think Mercury, Moon, Venus, all at that 0 to like 3-degree Virgo range is making that quincunx with Pluto retrograde, which is providing actual details of how you're harvesting this supernatural energy. Okay, 210 degrees from Pluto in Aquarius is not only a harvest, it's transforming your knowledge of what's happening by now really analyzing how it's happening. You're literally experiencing the details. So look forward to, over the next 48 hours, boom, just like that, you're coming into a complete understanding of how, because the moon's going to be opposite Saturn. So Saturn in Pisces is going to make a 180-degree angle to the moon. The moon's going to make that angle to Saturn in Virgo. And relative to the conjunction we had in Pisces, well, now you're coming into an analytical understanding of how the total metaphysical mechanic and principle, how the unseen principles in its entirety and totality behind how it is you're physically making this happen, you're coming into that understanding. And with the square to Jupiter, you're taking into account the evolution of your mindset and how the way you think about this is at the next level as well. So all of this is a huge game changer, basically. And you're probably going to be in social environments and spaces really experiencing how you tie all these beliefs and mindsets together to crystallize how this is really happening. And in a week from now, the moon will be in Sagittarius and you'll see the meaning of it, like what it all means. But yeah, do look forward to these supernatural mechanics, both metaphysically and physically. We're going to have the Saturn opposition and we're going to have the Neptune opposition that's going to transcend your imagination through total disillusionment. Like everything you imagined and believed, you're understanding how that's either super real or you were delusional as fuck, and how you're going to change it so it's super real. All right, how you can align these facets, which means this is high peak magic, guys. And of course, with the trine to Uranus and Taurus, this is going to really innovate the way you make money, because this Virgo moon, Leo sun is a Taurus signature transit. You're manifesting the value of this by understanding how it is you shift your perspective, what value this understanding of a performance is. If you think the value of a performance is the critique of it, so moon and value, the moon in Virgo, or the Virgo in the second house, is critiquing the quality to, of course, strengthen it through that, which also means you have to kind of have sixth sense. So after you understand how the moon's going to be in Libra, and that's where now you understand through Virgo how it is you activate this talent. So the third house of Gemini, communication, is now the social skill we're activating, where now someone is like, damn, I need a pen. And you're just like, a pen like this? All right, you just probably will make it look creepy. So with that being said, major mechanics being understood here, and through these major mechanics, it puts you in a position to realistically tap in like never before to the development and integration of your character, which is harvesting this next era. And please keep in mind, this is the very last year with Saturn and Pisces that we're going to really go through the cycle. This year and next year. By next year, like February, March, April, Saturn, or June for sure, Saturn and Neptune are in Aries, New World Order. It's going to retrograde back in Pisces. That's you going back to your arc and unpacking the boat. Then it's going to go back into Aries and we're good. Uranus is in Gemini 2026. And those are new cycles. That's a new wave. Okay, so that's what makes this year and the next 2 years very unique. This is going to be the last year we really experience things the way that we're used to experiencing them. And it's nothing really been kind of used to what we're kind of used to kind of be. But like, yeah, so you want to think that you're coming into not only a major download, but this is going to integrate so much, or at least begin to integrate and activate so much of what has been activating within you and what you've been itching in some cases to express. Now, with that also being said, this is going to open up fantastic ways for you to make more money. And what you're manifesting is an understanding of how to really build a routine around these, opportunities. The innovation with Uranus will save you so much more time and potentially help make you more money relative to how it is you reach out to opportunities around you, or you kind of now express more development in what you do and who you connect through the Leo and Virgo portal to establish more of a bridge and more value. And yeah, this is really going to innovate the quality and the nature around how much more money you can get. I don't always like to make these just about money. This is value, but it's going to tie into money. And keep that in mind, because that could look like markets crashing. So how would you come in the insight about how to make more money while things look like they're dropping and falling? Stay tuned, okay? And don't give in to the fear propaganda, despite how real and true certain things are. So yeah, just keep that in mind. There's this change will, of course, make its way back through the Saturn opposition with the moon and Mercury and Venus and the sun. But as you come into this detailed and analytical understanding, this is going to manifest these supernatural talents that you are continuing to activate. And as you come into a more initial, because all this is the moon, Mercury, Venus is in within the first 5 degrees. As you come into this initial analytical understanding, this will really open up more, a little bit more freedom of how you want to begin to do this. And yeah, I hope you enjoy, because this Leo season drama is just getting started. and it looks like it's gonna be like way crazier than the first season. All right, stay blessed.